Thank you so much, Pat. It's a pleasure to be here this afternoon with all of you. And I just want to start off by thanking you for sponsoring Sage to go to the Adventures in Citizenship program. She had a fabulous time and I've heard lots about it. And so today I'll be sharing a few words of hers. She wrote a really nice speech that she was hoping she'd be able to be here to share, but unfortunately she had to work. And I really wanted everyone to hear about her experience. So I said I would step in and read her speech for her. So it's straight from Sage, all her words, and I'll tell you a little bit about her experience at the program. I do have a picture of Sage. It doesn't look like I'm allowed to share my screen. I don't have the privilege to do that. So I can definitely send it after, just so you could get a visual of the student that you did sponsor. But I will begin sharing a few words from Sage.
You can share your screen. I've given you the permission, yeah.
Oh, thank you. Can everybody see the picture?
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
Okay, great. Thought it might be nice to be able to put a face to the student that you sponsored. So there's Sage. And so I will move forward now in sharing a few words that Sage has prepared. So my name is Sage Leona Jean Christine Fontaine. I'm a Ukrainian, Scottish, Polish, French, Ojibwe, Cree, and Métis woman. I've recently graduated from Technical Vocational High School, where I earned both a grade 12 diploma and a vocational welding diploma. I'm currently working as a welder. I'm one of 2 females in the building. I wake up at 5 a.m. every morning during the week, leave my apartment at 5:50, walk to my bus stop, catch my first bus, then eventually transfer and catch my second bus. It takes about an hour for me to get to work. I start at 7 a.m. and work till 3:30 p.m. It's a hard labor all day, but I love it. It personally is very empowering for me. I do not come from a lot of money, and this job has helped as well as given me hope beyond words. I've been involved with CanU since grade 5 and continue to be involved. They have exposed me to countless opportunities which have helped me grow immensely as an individual. I've met so many inspiring people and I've been part of many incredible events / activities because of them. From being a part of their science experiences, like making elephant toothpaste in their science labs or dissecting cow eyeballs, frogs, and hearts, as well as learning about kinesiology, dentistry, pharmacy, CPR, first aid, sports rehab, and how to build a hydroponics machine growing plants without soil, to working out in their many gym facilities, boxing at Pan Am with the summer program, and going to hockey and baseball games. And my favorite would have to be the amazing rock climbing wall at the U of M has at the Active Living Center. Food is another amazing thing that CanU does. They've taught me so much about nutrition and healthy, delicious cooking. I've gone to beehives with them and got to taste honey. CanU has also helped me with my resume, prepared me for interviews, public speaking, and they've also been awesome references and given me the opportunity to increase my volunteer hours when I needed them. However, when COVID-19 hit, in person was no longer an option, so they continued their program through Zoom. I was part of their art program and women's collective. This was the same time I got a call asking if I wanted to take part in a program called the Adventures in Citizenship. I accepted the offer, did research, and found out how much of an honor it would be to be a part of this event. It normally takes place in Ottawa for a duration of 5 days, but due to COVID-19, it happened through Zoom. Students were chosen all over Canada to be part of this conference. I learned about the following: citizenship, politics, the Parliament Hills, COVID-19, freedom and rights, health and safety, vaccines, small businesses, and the Canadian economy. I met veterans, senates, citizen judges, prime ministers, Indigenous influencers, and of course, students across Canada, and many more inspiring individuals. The first day of the conference, they had us do an icebreaker. The icebreaker was 20 questions. We had to get at least 15 of the 20 questions correct in order to get into Canada or our citizenship test. My birthday is literally Canada Day, and I got 12 out of 20. Most of us were all Canadian citizens. Most of us who were all Canadian citizenships did not pass, which is wild because not even the people born here are in cahoots with the answers to these questions, but people coming to our country need to know the correct answers to these questions. I'm now going to share an overview of some of the experiences I had at the program Adventures in Citizenship. I learned ways to work around COVID-19, like having Zoom meetings or Google Meets, keeping businesses going, especially small businesses, as it helps them and the economy, taking measures and precautions such as having lockdown periods, social distancing, wearing masks, sanitizing, buying curbside deliveries so you don't have to travel and go into stores when you cannot or don't need to, and keeping science and politics separate. For the vaccine section, we talked about anti-vaxxers, misinformation, having the correct education on the vaccine passports, and the health of the economy. In the freedom of rights section, we discussed individuals versus the government, whether it should be a personal choice to wear a mask or if it should be mandated, how we can enforce lockdown, having mandatory mask policy in public spaces and only allowing essential places to be open. The last section I will talk about before I tell you about the people I met is the health and safety category. We talked about delays in service, lack of capacity in hospitals, as well as their limited number of beds. The impact COVID-19 had on students in school, how online school can be hard on mental health, having a drastic switch between online school and in-person school daily, regulations and protocols to follow to reduce the spread, and tourism. Many people come and go, and that can bring in new cases and strains if we aren't careful and don't set up the right rules. I learned a lot about politics in the Parliament Hills as well. I met the Honorable Joseph Day, who's a Senate. Joseph insisted there be a Senate as well as a House of Commons. Without the Senate, there wouldn't be any Canada, he said. The Senate debates with the House of Commons. He also mentioned to be more selective with who you want to be involved with. He said, you must be 30 plus years of age to be a Senate. To become a Senate, you can take a 1 to 2 year Senate program. And lastly, he said, never give up on wanting to improve. Anthony Rota also said some words. He is the Chief Minister of the House. He said, when you are the speaker, you must keep everything neutral and make sure everything goes smoothly. You keep people healthy and safe. He also gave us some advice. How do you stay neutral? Listen to both sides. He told us to get involved, volunteer, and become a part of it. Learn more languages and keep the conversation going and be as friendly as possible. It's always important. Marie Senecal Tremblay is a citizenship judge who also spoke. She told us about how she was the first one in her family to go to law school. She is an immigrant. Her family came here from France. She mentioned that 80% of immigrants get their citizenship. Citizenship judges are not part of the federal or the provincial court. You do not need to be a lawyer to become a citizenship judge. Anyone can apply. Citizenship judges swear in new Canadian citizens. Some benefits of becoming a citizen are the ability to vote, get a passport, get a certain job that you might need or desire. Joe Clark is the 6th Prime Minister, also gave a few words of wisdom. He told us to lift each other up, offer real help when needed, be greater than yourself, learn more because there's a lot you should know that you don't know yet. Don't aggravate a serious issue by alienating it. Set realistic goals for yourself. And lastly, proclaiming your views is important, but not as important as listening/impacting others' views. My favorite part about the conference was the fourth day, called Indigenous Affairs. I met a lovely family who gave us teachings about the earth and strawberry tea. Their son spoke as well and said a line I really liked. In order to become comfortable, you need to get uncomfortable. This was eye-opening. Next, I met a guy named Stranger. Yes, that's his full name. He's an Inuit man and taught me about the Inuit culture. He taught me that Inuit people are not the same as First Nations, which is what I am. Inuit people have different teaching and beliefs than First Nations do. Stranger also talked to me, and it was very heartwarming to be noticed, even if it was just in the slightest way. It made my day. The fourth day truly meant the most to me. However, the whole conference was an incredible to be part of. I'm so grateful I was one of the many to be chosen to experience the Adventure in Citizenship program. I recommend this program for any youth or young adults interested in pursuing Parliament one day, or if they just want to know more about Parliament. This program really does give you an abundance of knowledge and inspiration to be anything you want. I myself wish to be a welder for a few years, save up, and then pursue a career in social work. I really do want to help, support, and believe in people as much as they've helped me, if not more. A big thank you to the Rotary Club, CanU, and the Adventures in Citizenship program. Sincerely, Sage.